Welcome to another meeting of the SoBros Book Club. I'll be your guide, Big Natural Stoney Keeley, the editor-in-chief at SoBros Network. Today, we're going to be talking about Harvest Home by Thomas Tryon. Now, I know September might be a little early for spooky season, but I'm going to speak to those readers out there that are like me. We lead busy lives. We love to be immersed in a good story, but we maybe only have time to work in like 15 to 20 pages a day. It takes us forever to get through a book. Some days we don't even get to it. Some days our eyes close. We're fast asleep before we can even think about continuing in our story. I want to give you guys some advance to prepare because I like to start my spooky season reads in September. And if you haven't caught this one yet, it comes pretty highly recommended. Let's hit that Goodreads synopsis. It was almost as if time had not touched the village of Cornwall Coombe. The quiet, peaceful place was straight out of a bygone era with well-cared-for colonial houses, a white-steepled church fronting a broad common. Ned and Beth Constantine chanced upon the hamlet and immediately fell in love with it. This was exactly the haven they dreamt of, or so they thought. For Ned and his family, Cornwall Coombe was to become a place of ultimate horror. Sounds pretty good to me. I found this book after I had watched Robert Eggers' The Witch, the movie, and I was looking online, going down Reddit threads, trying to find like something that had the same sort of vibe, right? Some good folk horror. That's what I wanted. That's what I dig. I like the homage to like the colonial style houses, the history of the era, that sort of thing, the ancient entities in the woods, that sort of stuff. And I was like, man, I want to read something like that. If I'm going to spend like 6 weeks, which actually I ended up, shit happened last fall. I didn't finish it by Halloween. I finished it on Christmas. That's how slow of a reader I am. But my larger point being, like, I wanted to immerse myself in a story like that. And I do think that Harvest Home comes close. I'm not going to compare this to a Robert Eggers film. That dude is like one of one. But I do see a parallel in how slow burn of a story this is. I mean, we kind of truck right along, learning in depth, really fleshing out the characters here. We're meeting everybody in town, getting to know our main characters, their motives, what makes them tick, all of that sort of stuff. Very in-depth character development. Some people are going to read that and they're going to say this is fucking boring. Me personally, I felt immersed in an upstate New York fall. The story progresses and we get little moments of great tension here and there along the way, little nuggets of the horror that's to come. This book is 415 pages long. There was a part of me, like, we get to like 350, 370 kind of range. I'm like, all right, man, like something's got to happen. We got to take this thing home because you've been building for almost 400 pages. We got to know what the payoff is. Personally, I thought like the last 30 pages or so were just completely unhinged. It was satisfying for me. It was rewarding. I like the way that things shook down in this book. You're kind of rooting for Ned at first, and then as the story goes on, there are little things that kind of make you think like, I don't know, like this guy's kind of a shithead. And you start seeing like some of the townspeople in a different light where it's like, yeah, man, something definitely is fucking weird about this place that we're in. You see this warning at the back of the book? Do not read this book if you are alone, but if you do, keep repeating to yourself, it's only a book, it's only a book. Let me tell you something, all right? We're getting to like Long Legs being the scariest movie of all time level of false advertisement here. If you go into this expecting like a thrilling page turner that is going to keep you up at night, it's not it. It's not it. I mean, yeah, there's some weird shit in this book. I'm not denying that. I didn't find it really scary at all. So let's keep the hype machine in place. And I can't stress it enough. This is a slow burn story that is very atmospheric, that takes its time fleshing out the characters and the setting that the story takes place in, with a few tense, borderline frightening moments happening throughout the book. Big fan of this story. It's very moody. I will probably go back to this one off and on throughout spooky seasons for the rest of my days. I got a copy on thrift books. This was not one that was like easy to find out in the bookstores, so I went back and got it. This was published in 1974. It's got the yellow pages in it. Man, this is a cool get. It's one that I'm happy to have in my collection. Very festive. Will get you in the spirit for spooky season. And what more could you ask for this time of year?